about the stimulus package is not for the poor and middle class. The stimulus package is for the rich. So everybody's saying, oh, we put $2.2 trillion. Well, I think 340 billion went to the Fed from the Treasury, taxpayer money. But really what the stimulus package is doing, it's sending people at home an extra $600 or $3,200, whatever it is. I don't get a check. But it's not enough because it hasn't solved the problem. And so that means there'll be more stimulus. But don't kid yourself. That stimulus is there to keep the stock market propped up so the rich can sell and get out. So the only reason the stock market is at kind of high as I talk to you today is it provides what in the military we used to call air cover. So, the jets move in and all this, so the ground troops could retreat. So the stimulus checks are to keep the poor and middle class peasants working on the farm while the rich evacuate and climb in the lifeboats and escape. So are there going to be more stimulus? Absolutely. Is the US dollar going to crash? Absolutely. Are we heading for a depression? We're already in it. Because the definition of a depression is really multiple quarters of subprime growth. And we've been there for about 5 years now. The only thing that prevented a real depression was stimulus, quantitative easing, and ZIRP. Well, the Federal Reserve Bank, US Treasury, and Wall Street are out of the bag of tricks. They can't pull any more rabbits out of their hat. So that's why I've been saying buy some gold, silver, or Bitcoin, because at this moment, those are the best investments you can. And if you really know what you're doing, junior mining stocks and big mining companies like Barrick and Newmont are good investments. But I don't do those things because about 20 years ago, I started my own gold mining company and took it public. That's a horror's game. I mean, there's more crooked corruption in that thing. I wasn't smart enough to keep up with the crooks, should I say. So I decided it was better for me to buy gold coins than mine for gold and try and create mining stocks. But anyway, that's everybody's lesson. But today, as I talk, this is May 2020, the best investment are gold, silver, Bitcoin, big miners, and junior miners. But the US dollar is in serious trouble when it goes back to 1971, when President Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard and the US dollar became fake money. So that's my tweet.
As if you save money, monopoly paper, fake money.
Welcome, welcome.
Greetings, everyone.
Yo.
This is Alicia Mento checking in from South Carolina.
What's going on? It's Chris K from New Jersey. What's going on?
And it's Hakeem Poole coming in from South Carolina.
We are bringing you real money talk.
From real people.
On a real journey to real financial freedom.
We have been called to break down global economic concepts and ideas.
To help you grasp the realities of what's happening around you and how it impacts your livelihood.
So hear the red pill revelation from our perspective as thinkers, as we navigate through this twilight zone and what we can do in the now to protect ourselves.
We are the Real Money Entourage.
We are the Real Money Entourage.
We are the Real Money Entourage.
We are the Real Money Entourage. Welcome this to the red pill revelation. If you have not yet, please take a moment to like this this stream, share it, and go to our YouTube page. Definitely want to check that out. It's Red Pill Revelation, and we'll show that to you again. Please like, share, and subscribe to that channel, as we greatly appreciate your support. So let's get into this. We have had some really controversial and red pill conversations our last few streams because we're tired of giving you baby doses. We got to overdose you a little bit, especially in the climate that we have today. So we talked Friday, guys, you got to help me out because we've been trying to figure out what we're going to cover today. Well, we knew what we were going to cover, but we wasn't really focused on our last stream. But it's all going to actually tie together. I know we talked about a little Black Lives Matter. Oh, the solution, the act.
Solution. That's
That's
right.
it. The
The action.
action.
Yeah.
The action. How could I possibly forget, right? So we talked about the action. We played a video by a gentleman, I believe his name was Bruce Wilson. Please don't quote me, but if you have not looked at that episode, you definitely want to check that out. You can check it out again here, or you can go to our YouTube channel. But to lead into today's conversation, just kind of tying into everything that we've talked about, there was some controversy with the Black Lives Matter. It wasn't really a controversy, but I had posted something that stirred some people up because of what I asked. And so we just wanted to give people a way that we're protecting ourselves. So today we're going to talk about stocks, a little bit of stocks, a little bit of the stimulus, a little bit of what Robert Kiyosaki talked about, and all end up with the gold economy. So Chris and Alicia, what stood out to you about so we don't know that much about stocks, right? None of us claim to know much about stocks. But what we do know is Robert Kiyosaki is one of our teachers, and he just confirmed something for us, right? So what did y'all pull out of that video? And we use him often. He don't pay us.
No, we don't get a dime at all. But let's see. So what I pulled out of it was kind of the reality of where we are. So we, the working class, the middle class, the, in between class, however you want to call it, we received a stimulus. Most people have received it by now. I'm not sure if even everyone has, but nonetheless, and you could really just ask yourself if it truly made a difference based on what was given to the people and what was given to the bigger corporations and the banks. And just like he said, the stimulus really wasn't about us, the people. It was about putting a lot of money, right? Billions of dollars into the hands of corporations that should kind of be self-sustaining for a little bit longer than 5 weeks, but clearly that wasn't the case. So just the fact that, what we think is for us or what we think is meant to help us, there's an ulterior motive, in that, and we just have to be more vigilant. Boy, I can't get my words out here today. We have to be more vigilant in looking at the information, understanding information, reading between the lines, understanding the implication behind the things that are, being provided to us, because nothing is free. We know that nothing is truly free. And so, especially when it's coming from a system that hasn't worked in your favor anyway.
At all, ever.
Right. Even if you're making a bunch of money and you think you're living good, more so than likely you're still being duped somewhere in the process. So yeah, you have to kind of be open to be ready to receive but the information that's coming from people who may know a little bit more than you. And clearly the stimulus is something that's doing more detriment to the American people than good.
Chris, you want to add to that or say what you took out of the short clip?
I mean, more or less, the confirmation is already here. You could see it, how the stock markets are doing so well, but there's more people out of work. There's more people that don't have income coming into the house, and there's more income that's leaving out of the house. You know what I mean? So I listen to Robert Kiyosaki. I confirm what he says. I follow what he says strongly, you know what I mean? Because he's a person that he walks what he talks. He's what he says he means, he does. You know what I mean? And I see him acquiring gold. He has history of him acquiring gold, for a long time. So for him to say these are the best commodities or the best things to quote unquote invest in, then I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. You know what I'm saying? Like he saw something, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. This man's been saving gold for a long time, man. Like, so, that alone says, we in the right lane. It's just the fact that, so many people around us don't see it because they're being manipulated or duped or whatever the words you want to use. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy. But it says a lot. That little piece that he said, as far as the cryptocurrency, we see confirmation in that. That's taken off everywhere. Blockchains is being created every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
Just to your point, real quick on the blockchain, a lot of people are fearful of the blockchain or cryptocurrency because when they hear the word crypto, and of course, we all have seen something in relation to crypto and Mark of the Beast, right? We're not going to get spiritual or anything, but I think that is a lot of people's resistance who have heard. Like, I know somebody who signed up for their free gold savings account, but when they found out that cryptocurrency was a part of it, like, you know, they could participate, you know, they like completely just shut their account down.
you got to look at it like this, though.
It was crazy.
At the day and time that we in. Look at the day and time that we in. Everything that's being done is done more or less digital, on a digital scale. You can order food to come to your house from restaurants that don't even do takeout now, digitally. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting cash. You're not making cash transactions for, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing away with cash. They're doing away with physical transactions. So we're heading into a stage now in history where digital is the way. So for anyone that, you know, I could say like disregards, like the truth, with the truth requires what? A response.
It does.
So you can pull the sheet over your head, your eyes, and act like you don't see what's going on, or you could get up and handle what you got to handle. Like right now, roll with the rush, because you don't want to be the last one with dollars piled up somewhere, and they say that it's not worth nothing no more. It's
Right.
clear, the signs are clear. It's not like, you know, we making this stuff up. It's not like we taking the time to edit these articles and share them. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
Even
coming from
though
reliable sources.
they
You know what I'm saying?
are, you want to download, just decide red pill dose. You definitely want to download any documents or videos or anything like that because they really are. And Ms. Watkins actually said it's always a motive behind what the government does because they really are trying to change history. So if you think about what Chris just said in regards to everything being digital, right? It's moving with or without you. So
Right.
our goal here as people, I think, is just to evolve for the next generation to come behind you and do something for the greater good of humans as a whole, right?
Evolution.
Right. So with that, you gotta be willing to do something different. The truth requires a response, and I think that is perfect.
You want to get involved and know about cryptocurrency before you're forced to know about cryptocurrency.
And everybody
You want
else
to be ahead of the game. And I think a lot of our ancestors, if they were ahead of the game on the mental side, a lot of us wouldn't have went through the trials and tribulations that we had to go through coming up. And I'm not blaming nobody for that. It's just the fact that the knowledge is always infinite. And if it's always powerful, then this is the most important thing that we need to be trying to really spend our time obtaining. You know what I'm saying? Because once we have the knowledge, we have the opportunity to apply it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like it could go in your favor or not, but by you knowing, it makes things easier for you able to manifest everything else in life. You gotta take the steps, you know what I mean?
And I'll just say this, I think the number one issue is that people don't want to talk about money. That's probably the number one issue. The only way you know someone thinks they have money is by what you see, right? So if
wow, that's so interesting.
Right? Yeah. That's how money speaks, or currency, cash flow speaks, because they've got their kids in private schools, they've got a nice house, nice car, you know, you never see them repeat the same outfit, the hair's done, the nails done, you know, they got the nice shoes. And so that's how money is communicated, or dollars are communicated in most societies, right? And in most cultures, one preferably than the others, yeah. Right. And so that's the number one issue. So we're not even collectively talking about our cash flow, whether it's an abundance or we're lacking it. We're just not coming together to try to teach each other what we need to do to get ourselves, you know, in alignment to be able to up our cash flow. So that's the number one issue. And then outside, now you're talking cryptocurrency, you know, and nobody's saying you got to get some, but you just want to learn about it. You want to Google it, right? On your spare time in the morning when you're getting up, instead of watching, some random crazy clips while you're getting yourself together, pull up a YouTube video on cryptocurrency 101 or something. Like we Google
Man.
everything. Just start getting it in your head. And then once you're comfortable, start talking to somebody else about it. Ask your friend, your neighbor, your spouse, your child. I bet your children probably know more about cryptocurrency than you do. And that's just because that's where we're going. They know about the blockchain. Kids who are playing video games, they understand coding and code. They're being indoctrinated into this, and it's right under your roof.
Right.
It's right in your own home. You're just not aware of it and how it's functioning in your home. So just get the knowledge. Just start preparing your mind mentally to be able to receive the information. Even if you don't grab one coin from anywhere, you just need to know that it's
you need to know, especially the direction that we headed, like far as where these elites are going, man, like where these banks are going, where the banks is going.
Chris, you just posted something and it said Russia and China roll out 100% gold-backed currency.
And that's telling you right there, like,
Giants, China and Russia, 100% gold-backed currency. You want to get you some physical gold, not ETFs, not stocks. No.
None of that, man. Don't get no paper
in your hand, and you want to start learning about cryptocurrency. Period.
Oh.
And we're not financial advisors. We do not have a Series 6 or anything like that. We really just, Robert Kiyosaki, like Chris said, he has, he is our teacher and he is walking the walk. Like he's not a made up person that's just behind the screen, that's not, acquiring gold for himself. He really is. And of course, we know thousands of people that are doing it. And
Robert Kiyosaki is our public teacher, right? Our public,
right? Yeah.
So we have private teachers in a smaller organization, or excuse me, an organization of 1 million people.
Right, 1 million people.
Like Ty Best, like Michael Dalco. We have a phenomenal CEO that we are business partners with.
Mr. Right? Eric Teray Muhammad. We're going to go see him tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yes, make sure you check out our show tomorrow. Exactly. Check that out.
So we're not representing in our streams the opinions of Wealth Builders Worldwide or of Karatbars International. These are our opinions and our opinions only, as we say, earlier in the stream. But we are surrounded by people who have been doing this and are doing it very well and want the best for us so that we can also do that. So we're talking money. We're having those money and currency and cash flow conversations. We're having those future, what are your dreams? Where are you going? And we have the vehicle to get you there. So let's go, and our product is money. Our product is real money. So
you can't lose. You really can't lose. And really,
there's no product out here better.
It's no investment either. It's the only way, like your shirt says, like the stream says, it's really the gold economy. So in lieu of everything that's happening right now, we know, and I've talked about it before, the problem is an economic problem. All the problems that most people have stems from economics. And I believe Alicia said earlier, the system wasn't created for us. So why try to change something that was never meant for you to begin with? Just create your own. Create your own, and you can do that because we have access to a gold economy where you are in control. So I just want to just leave it with this. We heard earlier today, I don't know the guy's name, but he said, fear and love cannot live in the same place. And I do not know this verbatim, but what I took from what he said was, you can't fear and love obviously at the same time. So when what we are doing out of love for people. We're not taking anything from you. We love our community. So even though we may seem a little radical at times, it's just because we want you to get it. We want you to understand and wake up and open your eyes and see. Don't take our word for it. We talk about it all the time. Do your own research. Examine and challenge your beliefs. But we are not in fear because we walk in love, and everything that we say, you know, it really is out of love, and we just want to help you close the wealth gap within your own home. And I feel like you can do that by saving 1/10 of a gram at a time. Like
I
you can,
feel they can do it too, same way.
you can.
Mm.
Okay, so Alicia, you want to have any closing remarks? Or-
I mean, like always, you want to take these Federal Reserve notes, these promissory notes, these receipts, these used to be gold certificates, and you want to be able to acquire yourself real gold. There's gold embedded in this right there. That's 1/10 of a gram. You can get it for as little as $6, $7. You want to start building your financial shield. That is all we're doing, is building a financial shield. And you know, tell people that you love and you care about to do the same. Chris?
Now, what you say? I'm sorry.
My
Yeah.
apologies. You want to close this out?
I'm over here multi-tool, 1-2. Nah, you know, more or less of the same thing, man. Like, you know, we just, you know, we hope that you take the information and, you know, just try to consider it. Don't consider it, man. You know, put some action to it. You know, do some reading and do some video, you know, watch some videos, please. Follow up. You know, if y'all got any questions, just reach out to us. We here, and we just, you know, we just trying to spread the word and make sure everybody's, you know, moving in the same motion, you know, and that's forward. Oh,
Listen, before we leave, we do want to share with you our, we want to invite you to join in at any time for our wealth building presentation. Of course, we allude to wealth builders all the time, but we do have daily presentations. So Chris is going to actually pull that up for us. You definitely want to check us out. You can jump on our Facebook pages individually, or you can certainly also go to goldrocks.info like you see on the screen and check out this wealth building system. It's the gold economy. Yeah. And with that,
Oh.
oh.